And there he is, Coach Steve, with one of the most exciting qualifier matches here. He is burning to fight.
Absolutely. Coming off of a strong performance here, doing very well in Street Fighter, doing very well in Marvel all weekend long, multi-talented, continuing to shine. Coach Steve, he was one of the people that we were talking about the most when it came to those the wholesome, beautiful moments, man. When he qualified, players rushed the stage right away to congratulate. Hopefully we get to see a little more of that emotion potentially, but obviously a very tall barrier ahead of him.
Yeah, well deserved.
And his opponent all the way from Pakistan, ARSLAN Ash.
Ooh, and no time to wait for the music to kick in. Straight to business, straight to the stage. That is ARSLAN Ash. If you've been paying attention to fighting games, any fighting games really, at any point during these last couple of years, this is a name that you have surely seen. One of the gods of Tekken and one of the gods of KOF continues to shine. And I love to see this is going to be a matchup between two incredibly talented players, multi-talented between games. These are people you're going to be seeing all weekend long across all these different top 8s, dude.
And that's why this matchup in particular is so exciting, right? Because these are both players who are definitely top 8 players in multiple games, right? So taking those skills that they've learned from their respective games, right? From games like Marvel, from games like Tekken, and taking that and putting it into KOF to blend it into their styles, that's always really great to see.
Yeah, that's something that we've talked about a ton this weekend, that there is like a certain level of fundamentals that you can reach where it begins to kind of bleed into every game that you play. And that is one thing that is nice to see. And it also kind of helps you develop your own like play style, right? You take your influences, like you said, you kind of can craft yourself your own, I don't know, your own happy little way to play.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think on the flip side, you would say like Marvel players get more aggressive in some games, right? Tekken players want to play footsies, things like that. But of course, it all does blend into how you play your game, and it's always so important to play so many different games to get those extra skills, get that fundamentals.
Okay, we'll see how they go though.
And one thing I love to see, you know, we talk about the character variety. Of course, there have been a lot of familiar characters here. You know, we've seen Cronin, we've seen a lot of Ioris, but sprinkled into all these teams is that one special sauce. And in ARSLAN Ash's team, we do have Athena. Athena here in top 8, a character that a lot of people don't think is super strong, but the way that he plays her, he's so slippery, so hard to catch, and so strong with the fireball game. Yeah,
we talk about it a ton. That's one of the weird things about her is that she does have a very good DP, but it does take a big step forward when she does it. So your positioning has to be super, super on point for those things to potentially work out. She has pretty decent damage output, and it's very hard to deal with. But when we talk about characters that are hard to deal with, I think that one of the biggest surprises for me for the weekend is that we haven't seen more of this big guy on the left. Orochi Yashiro coming out from Coach Steve, the only Oyash in top 8.
Yeah, I mean, also, that's part of the special sauce of that team, along with Ryo, right? Just two big dudes ready to brawl. But Orochi Yashiro, and specifically, the amount of damage he can deal, the way he can put out pressure on point is almost unparalleled, right? You see players like Reno, the moment that they get one bar, they are spending it, because as you mentioned yesterday, his post-super Oki game is some of the best in the entire game.
Yeah, and like you said, unscaled with the damage. It's just, it is a lot to deal with, but we're going to get into it. Rio going to be on point here, so we're going to be seeing a lot of parried fireballs, I would expect for sure. King going to be on the other side. ARSLAN Ash has been playing a pretty decent suite of characters. He's been switching it up a lot between matchups here. He's playing a much heavy zone. I mean, if there was a character and a team comp you were going to play zoners against, this Coach Steve feels like the one.
Yeah, and I do like putting King on point. You know, in KOF15, it feels like King's home is more so on the anchor position, but she's always classically been a point character, just zoning the opponent out, building up that meter, and really dictating the pace of the matchup. Rio just trying to throw out the Venom Strikes again here, and of course, Coach Steve is able to score the throw, and this is where the pressure can get scary.
Exceptional block on the empty low, continuing to parry these fireballs. Not letting any of this mileage really get done.
And look at the walk down, jumping over the double strike. But the spacing right now from ARSLAN Ash, so good, playing footsies incredibly well. But one EX Fireball, I think the EX Fireballs are going to be key here for Coach Steve to actually get in and start establishing that pressure.
Oh, but in we are. Finds the touch. Even with half a bar, you see how much damage this character can put out. Going steady, and look at the guard gauge. ARSLAN Ash, gotta make a play.
I like how we're also just putting out the parries too. Just trying to bait out that slide, but the slide into the CD does come out here. Nice guard cancel through the Venom Strike, but too far away to actually get the kill.
Oh, and after the slide, just go straight for the standing knee, a stiff left.
That's the oos. It's the first thing you learn in karate, all right?
Oh, but here we go. Again, this is the character we've talked about a lot here. This is the one that really has made the money for ARSLAN Ash. Obviously, no slouch with all of his characters, but when I think of him in KOF, this is what I think.
Yeah, and he's so good at just playing this really slow-paced game with the fireballs, but the moment he gets that touch, it turns up to 11. The mix-up game, the knockdowns here. You're still alive. There's no help in that health bar, Proxy.
Oh, baiting with the parry. It's unfortunate to see the EX come out right as you lose out, but good call from ARSLAN Ash. The jump is crucial.
Here we go, bringing in the next character, Orochi Yashiro, starting off with nearly 2 bars. Just please don't get hit.
I love putting him second. I think you can play him point really well, but I love playing him second because I want to be able to convert to level 1 every single touch.
Away.
So I think this is the right call.
Let's see how it's going to play out here. You do have to catch Athena, starting to clip her with some of these standing A's, but we need to make that damage stick. And here we go. This is what I mean by turning it to 11. Teleporting forward, just immediately running a train over Orochi Yashiro. Nowhere to run.
All he needs is that one touch, and it just absolutely ignites. But here we go. Speaking of igniting, the flame shield, the flame barrier, excuse me, might be able to come out here soon. Be careful about how you approach in the air.
There it is, into the slicer, stopping a mud hole. And this pressure in the corner is so scary. Remember, once you get put into the corner against PROTON, he does revert back to Season 1, and this is going to hurt.
There's definitely the time skip as soon as you make it to the wall. Oh. 5Bs were crucial. Actually doesn't get the stop, but that's what I'm talking about with the DP. That big step forward she takes. It's imperative with the spacing, and that kind of makes it a little odd when it comes to reversals.
Exactly. You have to be very careful with the way you throw out that DP. Here we go, now Elizabeth on the anchor position. Another really strong character with very solid anti-air, so Coach Steve is going to be careful about these jump-ins here, especially with nearly 4 bars on deck. Right, trying to space out here. There's the slicer, staying safe on block. You can see ARSLAN Ash just trying to get Coach Steve to overextend here a little bit with Cronin, maybe with a slicer trying to get in. There it is, gets the anti-air on the low, spending a little bit of that meter to get the knockdown.
Drinking through. Wow, just drilling things out. Trying to pierce the heavens right now. Heavy slicer. Gets a frame advantage off of it and then backs it off. Okay. Low and slow. 30 seconds left on the clock. Time not quite a factor yet.
And the guard cancel backwards there from Coach Steve. Does have the life lead, so doesn't have to get too crazy, right? Doesn't have to take too many risks. It's actually ARSLAN Ash who is forced to make something happen here. Oh, nothing personal.
Okay, though. 20 seconds, time ticking down a little bit at a time. Again, still not quite a factor. Gets the slash, it is going to connect. That's an EXDP, and that's going to do it. Coach Steve is going to lock down the first one.
And just the way, the difference in the pace of the match going between the rounds, right? We went from a slower pace to round number 2, Athena absolutely going wild, and then once again to that snail's crawl, so patient, so safe, no one overextending, just trying to find that one single hit to get the advantage.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it's like, listen, if you can't beat him, join him. I got a robot of my own.
The Cronin army. But we're not going to go for Athena? No, oh no, we have Athena,
Yeah.
Elizabeth is who we're skipping out on. Instead, we're bringing in King again.
Elizabeth definitely felt like she got a little bit neutralized in the anchor position. So the Cronin switch, I do think it can go well if you're confident in your Cronin. I think that it's gotten to the point where there's definitely a period where everyone had a pocket of this character to some degree, but it has it's kind of shored up a little bit. People don't feel obligated now.
Exactly. As he got those nerfs, he's still a very solid character.
Oh, yeah, he's really good.
But he can be beat.
He's also, I don't care. Hot take, he's sick.
He
I
is.
love Chris.
Bro, his future's so bright, he's got to wear shades, all right?
Oh,
he's part of the sunglasses gang. Well, it's more like goggles, but, you know, same thing.
It still counts.
All right, again, with the spacing here at round start, both players showing each other so much respect. And always the threat of that 3D of the slide in from King at round start is real.
That's definitely how aggressive do you think your opponent's willing to be. Wakes up with jab, though. I like that. And the Tatsu, good corner carry.
Yeah, Now this block straight pushes you all the way back to the wall. Nice anti-air there with the fireball. Time to start establishing a little bit of your own offense. Double parry, and we're just building up the meter.
Yeah, look at the bar differential. One EX has been spent on either side, so it's been even spending the meter. Look at the difference.
Nice throw tech there as well. We are just trading, but still, look at the life, though, on Coach Steve. No really solid hits here from ARSLAN Ash, but each one of these is starting to whittle the health down. And as that clock goes down, all that damage is going to stick.
Oh, had no punish there. On the Katsu, whiffed out in a weird situation, a couple counter hits in a row, and now 20 seconds remaining, like you said. That's damage, becoming permanent.
Even if you're able to take this round, right, that's still a very bad position for Rio to be in. And what a parry, no follow-up though. But we do have this car positioning, and the 2D is enough to get rid of Rio.
Yeah, a good sweep. Put yourself in a definitely a righteous spot here. That's 2 bars to use though. Oh, Yash never found a clean hit last time. That's one thing we always highlight about this character is he's a grappler with a brawler's normals. Yashiro's normals are absurdly strong, especially coming in here.
And here comes the level 1. Absolutely, you always spend it. Look at the damage that gets added on, and you have 10,000 years to go for Oki here. Roll forward, goes to the jump, and gets the cross-up. Are you kidding me?
It's definitely one of those genuinely good luck. He's after the level 1, truly in the conversation for the best mid-screen mix off of a super.
And no wonder he plays him. He's a Marvel player.
Oh no! Activation right away. Gonna spend on meter immediately.
We want to get rid of Orochi Yashiro, and you know what? I understand that completely. Oh god, she's hitting you with the Frieza Death Ball.
Oh my god. And she's so nice about it.
This planet will explode in 5 minutes.
Jump over, not gonna work out. Guard cancel, I like that momentum.
And here, yeah, look at that pressure going on, but there's the throw. Put right back into the corner exactly where you started. And this is where the normals become very scary.
Yeah, 2C, JC, there's a lot of things that can come through. We're not gonna get to see any of them here. What a juggle and what a finish. ARSLAN Ash taking another character down, but Coach Cronin was able to do a lot of the heavy lifting last time.
Yeah, let's be honest. If Cronin has 3 bars, he's basically 2 characters, all right?
Listen, I got one more in me.
But here we go, yeah, Athena just being absolutely smothering, crosses over to the other side this time. Again, but we roll out of harm's way. The damage might be done, though. Oh, no!
Huge execution error. Certainly not what he wanted.
But we're not going to spend the meter either. We want to hold on to it. I respect the decision, but you can't let it come back to haunt you.
Didn't have the bar for the level 3 there. Does not gonna matter though. Had an opportunity to super. Doesn't matter. The OTG kills.
You always forget about the OTG. We always do. But now it is down to the Cronin mirror match once again. ARSLAN Ash with the meter and the life lead here. But still on his last life. Set point for Coach Steve. Can he make a comeback? All right, EX Fireball, get that spacing, stay away from me. Trading with the 6A there, interesting. And every trade is going to...
Okay.
What a hitbox.
I wasn't familiar with your game. Oh my god. Just jabs the drill. Trying to check the shoelaces, not quite working out though, rolling backwards. And ARSLAN Ash continuing to, is just bullying the space no matter what Coach does to get out of the corner. ARSLAN finds a way to put him back in.
Yeah, but there's the guard cancel roll backwards, able to punish the slide. Jump CD, not close enough to get a pickup there with the DP. But yeah, I mean, Coach Steve just being smothered, able to close some distance there with the fireball, or make some distance, I should say. But again, the guard cancels. So much meter on ARSLAN Ash's side just to stay safe.
Oh, what an attempt at a roll. Definitely had his eyes on the prize, but it does not work out. ARSLAN takes one, and now with it 1-1, the deciding game.
I don't feel good about this one. I'm going to be sad no matter who loses here, Proxy.
I definitely agree. 2 of my favorite players to watch for sure.
And both fighting so hard to make it here. Let's see. Are we jumping straight into game number 2, or are we going to take a second to breathe?
Either way, it's just, dude, KOF continues to deliver, man. This has been such a great top 8, just getting through the round 1 matches. There's still so much more to come. 1-1, game 3 here in loser side top 8.
Starting things off with the exact same teams here. We both feel confident. You know, when you come down to the wire like that with the anchor war, you have to feel confident. And Coach Steve already doing a much better job here of pressing ARSLAN Ash with Rio's normals. But one corner swap there could turn things around.
Okay.
Big overhead chop trading with the fireball.
Dude, if Rio can win the point war, just think about how close that match was when Rio kind of got handled.
Yeah, but you gotta be careful about taking damage from these Venom Strikes. It starts to add up. The life difference is not as big as it seems, right? One combo will immediately even it up, but these fireballs are chipping away at ARSLAN Ash. Nice throw tech.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about Coach's team is no lead is a lead against all of these characters.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, was trying to lean into the Tatsu, it looked like. Using that fireball of his own, just a stubby little fireball just to stop the attempts from King.
Yeah, you can see those pokes also from Coach Steve trying to find a punish, but one of the things about Rio is that he is a little stubby, and the Hail Mary shatters right there. If that was blocked, your life was forfeit, but it's going to work out here, and King is going to take the first round.
I like the idea behind that, though. That felt like set play. Went for the overhead and then just let it rip. Buffered it after the overhead just because he knew frame advantage.
But here's the thing, ARSLAN Ash isn't out of the woods yet. He has a character lead, but it's not as big as it seems, right? One touch here from Orochi Yashiro, and we are back to square one, tied up. And there it is. We're going to spend the super for the kill? Absolutely. You don't want to give a player like ARSLAN Ash room to breathe or any second chances.
That's one thing that we always talk about. If you have the meter, you should basically, it's very, very rare to not need to spend those bars. But
this has been the problem.
This has been it for sure. This has been the matchup that has decided a lot. Oyash has not gotten the mileage he's needed.
No, we need to be able to find that hit there, but the way that ARSLAN Ash just navigates between defense and hyper offense with Athena has been so difficult to deal with. And here we go. It's time to start. Goes for the mix-up, same side. What a guard cancel backwards into a throw.
Wow, it takes a long run over. Do it again. Oh, faked it.
It would have worked. And again, gets called out trying to go for the command grab. Coach Steve down to Cronin. Set point now for ARSLAN Ash. The tables have been turned.
2.5 bars. A lot of work to be done. I like EX Slicer, trying to be greedy with the space. Unfortunately, jumps backwards and odd timing though. Has to take a fireball for it.
Oh, and the JB getting the cross up here. Gonna be able to get a massive life lead with the level 1. Still has an extra bar for defense and back to level 2.
So trying to delay, was expecting some kind of reversal. It's not gonna come out though.
Oh, and jumps into the fireball, and that's gonna be it. ARSLAN Ash takes it and moves on in the bracket.
But as we do, give it up for Coach Steve. Obviously top 8, an incredible performance. Shout out to the homie for sure. But like you said, ARSLAN Ash, one must stay, one must go. He's going to be headed on forward, guaranteeing himself a top 5th place at minimum.
Yeah, and now that means that